Welcome to Soup for the Soul. No portion of Soup for the Soul may be used without the expressed written consent of Kimmy Wyatt. I had to think about what I was going to say right there. You guys, this Soup for the Soul is called The Next Nine, N-I-N-E, but I'm going to use the number 9. Why You're a Hacker's Best Friend 2. In other words, part 2. Before I get started, you guys, I'm going to be recording this in the dark. So you may hear me messing with my phone to get light for, because I do have these listed, something I rarely do. And I did mention before in a Soup for the Soul or something that if it's something where it's like over 5 items, I'm probably going to start writing stuff down or write them down. But other than that, I'm okay, with no script. Another purpose of me recording is stay with me, you guys. The Blue Cup in the Attic. Go to my Google Plus page. Go to YouTube. Follow the page. The Blue Cup in the Attic is a blue cup that I found in my former apartment. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Master bedroom had a trap door in the ceiling, for which you can move back or move, and you could actually go up into your attic. Okay. And too short to get up there, and tried for days to get up there, and the good Lord gave me the knowledge or the word to get up as high as I could, stacking a 3-drawer nightstand and a 2-step ladder that my mom used to have to get in her bed. It matched the bed, cherry wood. It went with the furniture. But her bed was so high, California King. But anyway, I put that up there. I never could get up there with both of those on top. I'm only 5'3". But he said, no, 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 no. My daughter, I want you to get up there as high as you can. You do have arms. It's so funny. I'm just joking, but he did tell me this. Put your cell phone up there. If it was just as plain as day, turn your cell phone on video, because I was getting frustrated that I knew someone was above my head all the time. Ironically, I found out not just above my head there, but the apartments were built very strange. And this is not what this is about, but I'm telling you why. I will tie this in together as usual. And so I get up there and I do panoramic. Turn my video on, and I, put it up there and turn it on, turn the camera on video, and just go around and look around. And when I got about 360 degrees back to where I started from, there was a blue cup in the attic. Go see that video on YouTube. But when I did it the next day, the cup was gone. How did they know I was doing that? Cameras! So I say all that to say this. So I posted a video, Blue Cup in the Attic, today, earlier this morning. I think, was it this morning? Anyway, I posted it. And it's actually depicting how I have to sleep. You're going to see one of the seemingly 100 ways I've had to sleep for over going on 2 years. In both apartments. I think I may have video in my vehicle when I slept in my vehicle for 6 months. And if not, that was 6 months. So it's probably not going to be video because I wasn't in my apartment to show you video. But I've got video of both. How I had to sleep in my apartment prior and this one. But this particular video I posted up as soon as, or today. It was video today. Okay. I'm tying this together. Trust me. You guys, in that video, I mentioned what had an incident that happened this weekend, for which I am now banned from going into the computer room for no damn reason. Excuse me. But in that video, I mentioned 2 things. Thank you, corporate, for being on my G Plus page. Corporate meaning corporate over that manages this property. And I also mentioned that I spoke with Cody or Kobe. The reason why I don't remember Kobe or Cody is because there is a Cody or Kobe that lives right behind me. And I've already asked him before what is his name. So because I didn't tell him this, but he's told me his name like 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to ask him again. But it's Kobe or Cody. So this guy's the opposite of what this guy is behind me. But I spoke with Cody, superintendent for building the complex. Okay, this guy knows, you guys, he's a superintendent, not a maintenance guy, all right? And nothing wrong with maintenance, guys. I'm making a point. In that video, I also mentioned that I spoke with Cody because I'm telling you guys how I have to sleep and how around 5-ish, 6 in the morning, right before the sun comes up, starting around that time. It doesn't end there, but starting around that time, this is when I hear them dropping the cameras down the walls. Literally, and I'm not talking about in my ceiling. I'm talking about literally wherever I am sleeping. And I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. Same stuff that was happening over where I moved from, okay? Same type of stuff. That's why I'm like, you guys are really dumb because everything that you guys are doing is the same stuff they were doing over there. Now, the first thing that's going to come to someone's mind is, okay, you're crazy because if they were doing it over there, they're doing it over here, then you're crazy. No, 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 no. These people over here are paid to watch me. Okay? They are paid too, but they're paying them to watch me and they're above my head. So I say all that to say that's 6 minutes. You guys ought to hear, and you may hear this as I record, since that video got posted up, letting them know that corporate is on my G Plus page, letting them know that I talked to Kobe or Cody. I wish I could remember. But I can get in touch with this dude, letting them know that, no, let me finish. I asked Kobe, where would that be coming from? The noise, not the noise. I know where the noise is coming from, but in order for them to be able to put cameras down, mentioning the new cameras, you guys, the kinds that actually can see through walls, okay, believe it or not. I asked him, where would that be coming from? He said it would have to come from upstairs. On the second floor. That's what he said. On the second floor. Upstairs, second floor. I think he said the second floor. He said that would have to come from the second floor. Because he knew and knows I'm on the first floor. Okay? You guys ought to hear the freaking noise that I have been hearing ever since. Look at the time of that video. It is now 10:42 p.m. On Monday, the 11th. Is it the 11th or 12th of June? I think it's the 11th. Let me see. The 12th, June the 12th. Yeah, Tuesday, June the 12th. You guys ought to hear the noise that I have been hearing for the last 4 or 5 hours, maybe, continuously. It sounds like they are renovating that apartment. You guys hear that? Wait a minute. See, they don't even, normally they would know I'm recording. They don't even know that I'm recording this right now because they're moving cameras. I hear stuff dragging across the floor. I mean, it's been sounding like construction, like they are actually building the second floor. You hear feet running across, people running across. There's only 2 people up there, 2 adults, no kids. Well, now I heard another party up there helping them, actually. Just a moment. Okay, they probably got word from my neighbor back here that she's recording. But let me get to the the next 9. I just wanted you guys to hear that. And this is going to be a soup for the soul, but I wanted you guys to hear that noise. I mean, it's really loud. If you were here, you would hear boom, bam, 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 boom, 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 boom. I mean, all kinds of stuff because they are moving stuff around. They have an idea that corporate is going to be coming to visit their apartment. So they want to make it seem like I have really lost my mind. So in order for them to do that, they have to move all of that equipment, you guys, even deeper than what I thought. Now, I've heard them moving this stuff before. I even heard them moving it maybe once or twice before when they got something I said, kind of a warning or something, but they were really moving it. Now they've gotten quiet. And also, they're on the second floor. Their neighbor behind them, she said, no. I stopped talking because you can't hear that. You probably can't. But she said, I know they move a lot of stuff around. Yeah. You guys, I'm talking continuously. I'm not talking break. I'm not, I heard her come on the balcony and say, whew, or something like that. This is a freaking female. But anyway, moving right along. All that took 10 minutes. Okay, so there it is. Yeah, they're working hard like a Hebrew slave. They're in cahoots with maintenance. So maintenance has told them, or, well, I know it's part of maintenance. Maintenance is part of it. But they've gotten word. I'm not going to blame anyone, but they've gotten word from the upper person, that they need to fix that. So here we go. In a previous video, I did the top 11 and then ... why you're a hacker's best friend. And that was part 1. And this is the next 9, why you're a hacker's best friend 2, which is part 2. So go to part 1 and because I've spent about 11 minutes, or a little less than 11 minutes, just telling you guys that what's going on. I would have done it separate, but my other phone is full of data, or full, so I couldn't, do separate. Then I got to delete some videos and some other items. About blank, about colon blank, no spaces in between. What that is, and this will be number 12 if you're continuously counting number 1 of the top 9. Okay, the next 9. About, when you go on to, well, the purpose of this is to why you're hacker's best friend. When you go on you open your browser up, right? And you got Yahoo right there. You got AOL right there. Some type of news outlet, let's see, Outlook, Yahoo, Google, when you open your browser, you see all the news. Okay, that's a no-no. What you guys don't realize is that in order for that to pop up, it's collecting information. Okay, you've got news there. You've got all these links on that page, that tab or whatever. You've got all kinds of stuff, and see, every time you open it up, it's there again. And so you are letting them know where you're going to be visiting after that, what websites you're going to go to. Let me tell you how you handle that. Go into your settings, okay, and you have privacy. It should be privacy, or it should be something about the home page or something. You want to click the button or the bullet that says customize or other. This is asking you, what do you want your tab or your browser, if you're opening up a new browser, to do when you enable it, open it up. And if you have the original settings by default, or the default settings, it's going to open up the page with the news or whatever, your default settings could be. Okay. Maybe you've already changed it, but did you know you can go into where you can type your own, you can choose blank, but even choosing blank will put like some of the top, what are they called? Top pages. I forgot what it's called. It's going to have something. But if you truly, truly, truly want a blank page, or to open up where you can type in your own stuff, the browser opens, but it doesn't have all of this news and all of that, which is safer. Go ahead and type in about, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter, colon blank. Okay. About colon blank. And what that's going to do when you close that browser up and you open it back up, you got to close the browser to see this. When you open the browser back up, you're going to have a blank page, and there you have it. You can, you probably, you let me finish my sentence. You can put in what you want, like the URL, or you can put in, they're listening to me right now, which is why they got quiet. And that's some of the nosiest set of idiots I have ever experienced in my life. Oh, so anywho, you can go to that about blank page, and it'll be blank, and you just type in the browser or area or the search area what you want. So that'll still be there. Okay, and that stops a lot of cookies. And clean your cookies, by the way. Listen to the first video on how to clean your cookies. If I mentioned how to clean them, most people know how to do that, and clean your cookies and all of that, and then open it up so you'll have a fresh new start. Okay. The next thing is going to be do not show password. Whether this is usually on your phone when it says, you have in your settings to show your password, whether temporarily when you type in an A, it's going to show it for about 3-4 seconds. Or if it actually shows the entire password as you're putting your passwords into a form. You guys, please stop. If someone is in your phone and they're hacking your phone and they can see what you're typing, they can see what you're typing. Okay. So what you want to do with that, I know you guys heard that boom, 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 boom. It sounds like a thunderstorm. I mean, okay. That one you should have heard, but I was talking. So what you want to do is choose the option, go into your settings of your phone, choose the options to not show password. Okay, it's not going to show when your password for your phone. If you have a setting for your phone or a password on your phone, it's not going to show, and it's not going to show any passwords. Okay. When you turn your phone on, your phone on, it's not going to show. If your phone is on screen lock, it's not going to show, and it's not going to show in a browser. Okay. All right. That's the setting for the entire phone. Right. And you want to not show it. Now, what happens if you type in the wrong thing? You're going to know you typed in the wrong thing because it's going to let you know you typed in the wrong thing. Now, most times, most websites, I think PayPal will do this. Outlook may do it, where you check your emails or go into Outlook, period. You guys, it's a little bitty eyeball like type thing. If you see that to the right of where you're putting your password in, you can actually click that and see what you've typed in so far. It doesn't stay there, so you keep your cursor over it, or you keep the button pressed, and you can see what it is. And when you release the button, this is on your mouse button, then it will go back to the encryption, the dot, or whatever your passcode is, or however many dots it has. Okay, but you can look at it and say, I knew I typed the wrong thing. Okay, and then you can just let it go, or backspace or whatever you have to do. Next thing that you want to do is OMG. Please go in your cell phone settings and release, meaning disable Wi-Fi direct. Okay, disable Wi-Fi direct. This is they're using this in conjunction with number 4, Miracast, Chromecast, cast to device. I mentioned in a Soup for the Soul, I think it was, that I had finished doing my work about 5:56 in the morning, went to YouTube, watched the video. The video was so low, the volume. So what I did was turned the video sideways, to see if I could find the volume button that way for the video itself. And on YouTube, the volume for the video, and I didn't see it, so I turned it sideways. A couple of buttons popped up, and in the upper left corner, I put my cursor over it, or went to click it, and it said bedroom ... or something, or colon, cast to device. Do you want to cast this to bedroom cast to 65-inch, whatever it said, because it's been, all of these are part of what's going on in my life. I've seen both and all. And I was like, what? Bedroom cast. Do you want to cast this video? Yeah. Do you want to cast this video to, and the selection was there, bedroom. Excuse me, if this is YouTube, and YouTube is personally asking me if I want to cast that video to bedroom ... colon 65-inch TV or whatever it is, that means that that's connected to my freaking phone. Hello. And it was, mind you, when I said that really loud, someone above me just so happened to close the door, the patio door. Okay. Now, like I said in that video, if you hear the door twice, somebody went out and went in. Or went in and came, they went out, went out, and they went back in. Okay. No reverse. If you hear, well, it could be they went back out and came back in, or that vice versa. No, no, no. If you heard once, however, and then I said I'm going to let you guys figure that out. Let me go ahead and answer that. If you heard that door once closing, they went back in. Okay, so they heard me loudly say, "What? I don't have such a..." No, I said, "What? Casted..." Whatever it was saying. Number 4. Once again, Miracast, Chromecast, cast to device. Get rid of these items, you guys, if at all possible. If you know how to go into the registry of your computers, for instance, talk about those first. Your laptops, computers, laptops, desktops. Go in there and remove, and don't go in your registry unless you know what you're doing, because if you go in there, and trust me, this stuff is not just going to delete by you right clicking on it or whatever and deleting it. There's a method to the madness. So you probably are not going to be able to delete it that way anyway. Some items, yeah, but not all of them. There is a method to the madness, which I have figured out the algorithm of how to remove those items even as early as Windows 7. Okay. All right. I know how to remove them, and it is not a 5-step task. Okay. It's a couple of steps you have to do to remove an item that will not remove from your registry. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah. Couple of steps. Okay. Well, not a couple. I'm just saying a couple of steps. It's more than that. Also, go into your Windows. If you're using Windows, go into Windows, into your Windows folder. It's usually C:, and go into that folder and go search for Miracast, Chromecast, any kind of, just put cast in there. It's going to have several things come up, and that way you're going to catch everything. Try to delete those items, but once again, I guarantee you're only going to be able to delete like maybe 10 of those items out of the whole pack, but that's better than nothing. You really want to get to a professional and have those items removed because you don't need them. Now, you can also do a search on Google or whatever, how to remove Chromecast permanently, how to remove Miracast and all of that. There are several ways to get these out of your phone, but the reason, or computer, you want them out because people will use these and manipulate these to watch what you're watching on your freaking screen. Okay, you hear me? So you want to also do the same thing for your phone. You can go into the development, not development, what is it called? Lord Jesus, not designer. Anyway, you can go into yeah, I think it's developer or something like that, but as if you were like a computer, oh God, what am I trying to say? If you were going to be configuring the phone, there's a lot of configurations in your phone on the phone end of that where you can actually go in and tap. Let's see, what is it? I'm going to get my other phone. I got it. Developer options is what I think it's called. So I'm going to get up right quick and go to my phone. Excuse me. Just one moment. Hold on, you guys. Video player, bum bum. Go here. 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 Okay, what you want to do, yeah, developer options. Now, this doesn't show up in your settings by default. In order to get to developer options, you need to go into about device of your phone, and it shows the name of the phone, the model number, the version of Android, if it's Android, the security patch level, and then kernel version, build number. It's everything about your phone as if you were on a laptop or desktop. You would go into system configuration or system, and it'll show normally, or do a search for system, and it'll show the configurations of your, desktop or laptop, what build you have of 10, if you have Windows 10, 7 or 8, okay, etc. Well, you go in there into about device and you scroll down and you want to, believe it or not, this is magic. You want to touch, is it kernel version or build? Oh, build number. Okay. Touch that like 7 times with your finger. Pop. pop as you touch it, or pop, pop, pop. When you touch it, every time you touch it with your finger, it's going to say one more tap for developer mode. Two more taps for developer mode. One more tap. Once you do like 7 of those, you're going to be able to go into developer mode. This does not affect your phone by any means of the spectrum. It just gives you additional options that you may want to utilize for your phone. But be careful doing this, because if the hacker's in, you're giving them those same options. Okay. So when you go into developer mode, and I'm glad I have my phone so I can show you a couple of things. It'll show that it's on. You can do things like submit bug report, stay awake, Bluetooth HCI snoop log, running services. This is going to tell you the actual running services on your phone, something that you usually don't see on the top. You know what I'm saying? Just right there. Show cached processes. These are processes that you probably thought you had disabled, and come to find out they're still there cached, meaning they've been there for a minute probably. Auto update system, revoke USB debugging authorizations. One of the ones that two of the two that I choose, authorize wireless display device. Show options for wireless display certificates. Ha ha ha. Okay, you want to probably enable that, because it's going to show what wireless display certificates that you have, meaning who's watching you wirelessly using the device. Okay, and it says authorized wireless display device, so you keep that closed. But at the bottom under that, it says show options for wireless display certificates. The two that I choose in here, and I've chosen others, but the two that you probably want to choose in here, there's a lot of options. The first one is limit background processes. Okay, it's by default going to be on standard limit. So, but you want to choose no background processes. Now, only choose this if you know what you're doing. Now, you know what you're doing because you're in here, but only choose this if you know that on your phone you don't want any background processes. Okay, something may happen where you can't do something, and you might want to go back in and change this. All right. The other one that I chose, I have to go back up, which I don't see it here. But anyway, go in here and for time, I'm pressed for time, and just mess around, but be careful. Be careful. Okay, you don't want to do the wrong thing, thinking you're doing the right thing. Okay, so that's that. So go in there and do that. And I'm going to put my phone back this phone back where I got it. Right there. Oh, I can put it here closer to me. Okay, now the next one that you want to do, and excuse the paper, you're going to hear rattling of the paper. Number 5, VoIP, voice over IP, VoIP service. You guys, VoIP is voice over IP internet protocol. Okay, VoIP, voice over internet protocol. This is the new service now that you may have in your home. For instance, instead of a landline, from that takes you from the pole outside to your phone, and the inside that takes the line from the pole to your home. Now everything is internet. Okay, not good. I think one of the worst things that companies do is try to keep up with the times, and they should just wait. Okay, I'd rather deal with a company who is waiting on technology these days than someone who's trying to keep up with it. And I know that's a fine line, because either you are techie, bougie techie, meaning you want the newest thing, or you but can't afford it, but you get it, or you're really a techie person and you really want the newest thing, so you want to deal with companies that have new products. AT&T, for instance, and I can throw them out there without advertising, really, because everyone knows of AT&T. But these companies keep up with technology, and it's a good thing for them, but a bad thing for most of us. Okay. So voice over IP, you can, this is telephone. Okay. This is you talking over the internet. What happens with that, you guys? It's over the internet, so people can hear and interfere with your phone conversations. Okay, look up VoIP. V as in Victor, OIP. Look those up. People can hear what you're saying. It's a cheaper technology than landlines, believe it or not, because it's the waves. You know what I'm saying? It's the internet. But here's the deal: if you have a landline in your home, and it's still called a landline, it's just VoIP landline. But if you have one in your home, this is a non-cell phone phone, where it's connected in your kitchen or something. You might want to call, if your carriers like AT&T, as I mentioned, you may want to call them and tell them you want to go back to a landline. Excuse me. When you go with the flow and they give you a VoIP line, usually goes with your internet service, if you have that as well with them. What happens is that people can hear you. People can hear your conversation. If you have hackers, they can hear what you're saying, all kinds of stuff. So ask them, I want to go back to a landline. And I know for a fact you do have the right to do that. As of at least last year, you could, if you're with AT&T, because I know someone that did it. And I don't know if they went through the whole thing, but they were going to go back to a landline because they were having so much trouble, and they had health problems, and they needed to have their phone working at all times. And a landline is definitely safer. No one's going to be able to hear what you're saying unless you have bugging devices in your place. But the landline, like I said, is from the interface, from the wires. You see the poles outside. I don't even think they use them anymore. AT&T or whomever, probably to bring you web casting or something like that. But other than that, I don't even think they use it. But the interface outside, it goes from, this is how it goes. It goes from the wire outside to the interface box that's around your home outside somewhere, to your home in the inside. Okay, that's the kind of line you want. And this person was told it would be higher. Their bill would be higher, which makes sense because the technology has changed and it's cheaper to go the other route as opposed to you and then maybe someone in another state having landlines. I'm being funny, but maybe someone 25 miles away. But it's worth it. It was not that much more expensive, and you can usually negotiate, okay, and say, hey, I got to have this line because I got to have my service on. In other words, if you have internet service included with your, like a package deal, and your internet service is turned off, you're not going to be able to talk on your phone. Okay, just keeping it real, because it's VoIP, voice over internet protocol. Now, if you have a cell phone, of course, as an alternate, you can still talk. Okay, but let me go. Let's see here. The next one is recovery phone, not two-step verification phone. Okay, listen to the previous part 1, and I talk about two-step verification and how important that is. This is and I know I'm being listened to, so I'm going to walk around. This is a little different than that. It can be the same number, but why? Recovery phone is a phone, not your two-step verification phone, and if you're smart, but like your grandmother's phone, someone that is going to always have that phone on. They're going to always pay their bill. They're not like you going and getting your nails done and saying, hey, I don't care if my phone's off for a week or for a day, rather, I'll pay it tomorrow when I get paid. At lunch or something. No, you want this to be a very reputable phone that is always going to be on. Usually, like I said, a grandmother, a grandfather, a grandparent. And what you want to do is use that phone as a recovery phone on your accounts that offer that service. You want a recovery phone because if anything goes down, they can, whomever you're dealing with, whatever business that is, Google, and let's see, who else? Anyone, Twitter, maybe, whatever it is that where that service is available, you can have that. They will call that number to because it is on your account and it's saved on your account, and that way you'll be able to get back into your account. Okay, it's a little different from two-step verification, but you want an alternate basically number in lieu of your two-step verification number. Okay, just like a backup plan. You have your passcodes written on paper, but you lost the paper. Okay, or your passcode rather written on a on a little scraggly piece of paper and it's gone, but you need to get in your account. Well, go in and say, I forgot my passcode. However that works, go through the steps, and they're going to send you probably a code or call that number, okay? A text or a call, all right? The next thing you want to do is, well, I think I talked about recovery. I don't know why I have recovery. I got recovery on her twice, but it's written wrong, 2 different ways. Okay, so if I remember number 7, then it may be a mistake where I did it twice. Okay, I should have looked over these before I did this, but maybe I'll think of an extra one while I'm doing this. Number 8, signing in, oh my God, with an admin account. You guys, normally, if you're the only person that gets on a laptop or desktop, let me back up. By default, there is an admin account that you do not see. You never have to log into it. Most of you, predominantly most people that get on their desktop or laptop, you never have to log into it and you never see it because it's in the background. This admin account is created when the operating system was put on the laptop or desktop. You will never see it, but it's there, and you can go to it at any time you get ready if you know how to go to it. Okay, and what it does is help you with a lot of stuff if you really need to get into that account because you can't get into another account. Forgot your passcode or something. This is a supervisor of all admin accounts. Okay, this is the admin's admin. But however, once the operating system is up and running, you're usually asked, if you put it on or whomever put it on, for an admin account. Okay, this is a lower tier, like what up under the system admin account that you can't see. You can see this one. This is you. You are the admin of that account, meaning that you have all rights to do whatever you need to do to that computer, including installing programs, installing this, that, and the other updates. You can do system restore. You can rename the computer. You can go into the registry. You can go into the group policy. You can do everything. You are the admin of the computer. But cut it out. If you are the admin of that computer and someone is hacking, I'm going to let you figure the rest of that out. Okay? No, I won't. If you're the admin, they're the admin. Okay, what you want to do as an admin, and you have the right to do this, is go in and create a user account, just a regular user account. Go into user accounts or accounts setting. It's usually user accounts, I think, in Windows 10 and 7 and 8 or whatever. But go in, just go through the control panel and find user accounts, like you want to change your passcode or something, that section. Go into that section and create a user account, just a regular user account. This is the account you want to go in every time you go on your computer. You don't want to be an admin on your computer, because when you're an admin, I'll say it again, you are giving a hacker authority to do what you can do. Okay? You are. But when you are a user, you're limited as what you can do. You cannot do a system restore, but what it will do when you go into system restore, it'll ask you for the admin passcode. That's a good thing. If you know the passcode for admin, you don't have to switch accounts. You can just go ahead and put that passcode in there and do whatever you need to do. I wouldn't do that either. Hacker, keyboard loggers, they're back in as an admin. Okay, so if you're going to go into that admin account, you need to go into the registry. For instance, I gotta go on my registry. Oh, I see something here, a public account, and I can't delete it. If you can't delete a public account, which pops up every blue moon, and regardless of the operating system, then you want to go into safe mode to remove that. Normally you can, but at some point, you don't need a public account. First of all, when you look into users, it'll have your name and the default account, and then it'll have public. Delete that. That's another way that hackers get in, or they use that account to manipulate, do other things. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So what you want to do is have a user account. You can get on the internet. You can save files. You can open pictures. You can do everything except for any admin types of things. registry, installing, and you can install programs depending on what the program is. Just because you are a user, you do have the right to install programs. You may not be able to delete them or remove them until you put that passcode in. Okay, but if you feel like you're in a safe area, you don't have any keyboard loggers on your phone, or on your desktop or laptop, which is what this is for, then go ahead and put that passcode in and proceed. But if you have an inkling that you may be hacked into, you don't want to do that. Okay. The next thing, and I think this is the last thing, is airplane mode. Okay, this is your phone. Your cell phone has the ability to go to airplane mode, and I know you guys have seen this in the settings somewhere on your phone. You see it every day, okay, some of you, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what it's for. Airplane mode on your phone is the lockdown of your phone, meaning you cannot get on the internet, and you cannot get on Wi-Fi, rather. You cannot make and receive phone calls. You can't do anything. I mean, you can look at your pictures, you can look at videos, you can do all that stuff. Okay, you can use your camera, take pictures, take video. You can do all of that in the foreground. But in the background, you can't do data, meaning get on the internet. Okay. You can't do Wi-Fi, meaning get on the internet. You can't, because you can't do Wi-Fi and data, you can't download stuff. Okay. Well, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can download in airplane mode. Well, how is that possible if you can't? No, you can't, because you can't get on the internet. So how can you download something? Get it together. So when you're in airplane mode, which basically means literally airplane mode, when you're in an airplane, you cannot get on your phone. You can get on it all day, but you're not going to be able to contact anyone because you're in the air. Okay, so that means it's the same thing for your phone. Airplane mode literally shuts down a hacker's ability to hack into your phone. It shuts down everything. So get off of Wi-Fi if you're not using it. That's the other one. If you're not using Wi-Fi, GPS location, all of these things, turn them off. Okay, why do you have this stuff on? I know of two people right now, one more than the other, that I have to tell all the time and fuss with to turn that stuff off. Okay, you're not using it, and all you're doing is letting people know where you are at all times. TMI, too much information. If you're Bluetooth, turn Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and location, GPS location, and all that off. If you're not using it, I rarely use Bluetooth to transfer a file from one phone to the other so that I can publish it from the internet. Okay, that's it. I don't do Bluetooth. I don't do Wi-Fi. I do Wi-Fi, like absolutely necessary, but I do data. But turn that stuff off, you guys. Okay. And then when you turn it off, like you're going to sleep, you have a personal conversation that you don't want anyone to know about, turn airplane mode on. They cannot hear your conversation. They cannot do anything. Okay. Turn the airplane mode on. And that is going to be the final one. And I did fill in that space with the Wi-Fi, GPS location, the Bluetooth thingy for number 8. Turn all of that stuff off, you guys. Oh God, I just love myself. I said, you're going to come up with something. You got to fill the void. And I did. Okay. All from the grace of God. Seriously, he's wonderful to me. So I'm going to go. I'm out. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, morning, whenever you're listening to this. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have so much stuff to show you guys. You guys don't even have a clue. I think God prepared me for this years ago, some kind of way, some sort of way, because I have in this brain of mine. It's just someone told me that my brain belongs in the Smithsonian Institute. I've even had someone say, you know what, you need to run for president. No. So, hasta la vista, buenas horas, buenas noches, arrivederci, au revoir, salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao Bela, ciao Belo. If you need to listen to this again, please, please listen to it. I know you can do that, but I'm just saying, please listen to it again so that you can catch on to something. Maybe I missed a word or said the wrong thing. Let me know. And if you want me to elaborate on something, wherever this is posted, post your comments, like the video if you do, and also subscribe to the channel, okay? I got a lot of stuff in the future to show you guys, from recipes, soup for the souls, KimMe this week, random things, the blue cup in the attic, just so many things, you guys, I'm telling you. And so I'll get with you later. Bye.